everything. But all right, hold on. Wait, Xkamega has a character design. Uh, that's that's amazing. Xkamega. I have that on my other screen, so when we need that, I'll we'll we'll have that. Uh, all right, so all right, cool. So uh, uh, 2D open world. All right, yeah. Well, no, that's a fair assessment that I'm not indie anymore because I'm not independent. If I was independent, I wouldn't need all of you to make art for me, but I need all of you to make art for me. So, all right, so let's start getting to it, I guess. We're probably going to be using Unity for the development process. Oh, so I can, yeah, I mean, there's such a gap here between like 9 and 11 that I think I can lock this in. So I'm going to do so. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say open world 2D RPG is our game set. So didn't expect that to happen, but okay. Uh, that's a good theme. That might not just be a theme for the jam. It might be like a meta theme for the jam too. Game type. Uh, open world. Is open world hyphenated? I don't know. Open world 2D RPG. Yeah. um, oh yeah. So I keep talking about art and stuff. If anyone makes art, the best way to get it to me is to tweet it at me, because for one thing, uh, I I like my notification panel on my other monitor. It scrolls a lot slower than chat does, and because like in chat sometimes things get lost. But that's a good way to get it to me. My handle is at srsly_bz. The other reason I like that is because the really good stuff I like to retweet as we go, just like intermittently, because I don't know, it's fun, and I like to share that stuff. Uh, so just because so yeah, just because Wizard Baby and Pink Pony didn't win doesn't mean we can't have Wizard Babies and Pink Ponies. It just means they're not going to be like the center of the game. It means that like if we want Wizard Babies and stuff, like we can still add them. But it won't, the game won't be about Wizard Babies. It'll just be that we have a 2D open world RPG that has Wizard Babies in them. I should not have put open world in there. This word scares me. It just scares me. All right, so because we have our work cut out for us, we should probably start soon, right? um, yeah, let's. Well, I guess technically I should leave Spider running because it's the that's how we have journey or side quest running. But what do we do? I can close out that. All right, so let's get let's get started on this. Let's crack it open. And oh yeah, so all of my projects, I always give them like a four-letter dev name. So if anyone wants to name this project, feel free to pop it out or to like come up with something. Oh, I said I was going to switch over to Visual Studio. Maybe I should do that because I think I have it installed. I was about to open MonoDevelop, but I think I was saying I was going to actually switch over to Visual Studio. So actually, I think I might do that real quick. Sorry, 1 second. Visual Studio, yeah. Yeah, all right, cool. Um, so, oh yeah, so the schedule for the jam it's going to be, so today I'm just planning on working until like I die. No, working until like I can't. And then tomorrow I plan on starting early and then just working like most of the day. Like probably, I'm hoping to get at least 8 hours. I'd like to do probably closer to 10 hours today and 10 hours tomorrow. And then on Wednesday it'll be like finishing touches. So like on Wednesday hopefully we'll have most of the game done and we can just like polish it up because I can't do quite as much. I can't go as long. I don't have the whole day on Wednesday. But like worst case scenario, I can use Friday if like we need it. I hope not to do Friday though, because my family is meeting on Friday and I should be there. Excuse me. All right. MGTA. I like it. Sorry, I just realized what these words are coming through chat. um, um. Oh, sorry, lazy Brussels sprout. Link. Sorry, I opened them on my other monitor. Oh, this is my shame. This is my terrible, terrible shame. And now, now it is commemorated for all time. I So now I should add to my backlog, like my personal backlog, write an angry letter to Strawpoll because they need an angry letter from me. All right, so I'm not going to use these first several only because I want it to be something really essential to this game. So I'm not going to use this one, unfortunately, just because I try not to rip on other developers too closely, and like I don't want to even reference it in the dev name because I feel like that's like too much of an attachment, and I'd rather stay like uh, be me 14. Uh, all right, sorry. Oh, I was getting a notification on my other screen. Uh, so this is like, yeah, so this is good. I don't understand why, but this is like a legit suggestion. So two door swag wrecked. I think it's probably gonna be two door, unless there's some reason it shouldn't be. Uh, 2 hour. Do you mind if I ask what is the rationale between for like two door or 2 hour? Because it'll probably be one of those. Uh, uh, Do you remember when institutional education is a sham? Do you remember that, Clonze? um, no, that's like no. If a like illegitimate authority figure tries to make you do something that you shouldn't do, then the real lesson there is don't do it. Like make them make them have to change is like the thing because like what society needs at that point is for them to change. I won't get political, but all right. Yeah. So I don't know. Tudor is fine enough. Uh, Probably. I don't think I put a number in it before, but there's no too bad. Cute. All right. So new project. File. New project. Uh, Set up defaults for 2D. I don't actually know what the switch does, but whatever. So browse. Let's go in our projects folder and select folder and what was it? Two door. I don't know what that means, but whatever. Uh, oh, okay. 2D open world. Okay, or open world RPG. All right. That's to the point. Uh, I like it because I really had no clue where it was you're going with it until you explained it. Uh, so it's like it's subtle, right? Babe. I do really like all of your suggestions, though. I have to say, some of your suggestions are top notch. But yeah, I think I'll go with Tudor. Uh, oh yeah, Unity restarts because it's cool like that. I don't know, whatever. Uh, Wait, let me just close down this notepad that I don't need. Um, I'm just gonna restart Unity because for some reason Unity gets weird on my taskbar when it has to restart, when it automatically restarts. So I have to manually restart it in order to get it good. Anyways, yeah. So, uh, right, all right, here we go. I haven't started a new project in a while. I've been working on the same project for so long. So, so, um, I guess like the first thing that we'll want to do is so it's a 2D RPG. I'm just reminding myself it's 2D open world RPG. So it's gonna be a big world, right? Because it's open. So there's no point in having an open world if it's like the size of a room. So we have to accommodate a big world. Uh, not like infinite, but good sized. um, and it's so the unexpected because our theme not expecting that, but okay. So So I guess so like what that theme says to me is that the game is going to be about like it's going to be about like surprises that you kind of have to cope with. Like, yeah, so it's going to be a game about like rolling with it. It's going to be a game about like just like going with it, like which I like. I think that's I think that's I don't know. I think it's an important skill in life. So, top down. Ooh, top down or side scroller? That's a good question. What do you guys want to do? Because we could go either way. So yeah. So I mean, so with a side scroller, uh, I think if we go with a side scroller, it'll probably be a little bit maze like, right? Because like a side scroller just goes like left to right, right? So to have that open world, like all you could really do is go left to right. So I think if we go side scroller, we'd probably need like doors, right? So like we could go kind of like we would need some like I don't know like some way to move so that you're just not on the same like side scrolling strip for your entire game, but like you can move from, to different side scrolling strips. I think I don't know, or maybe it's like oh wait no I guess no you like Terraria I guess would be side scrolling open world. So like I guess it would have like the vertical aspect to it too. So yeah, if we did that, it would probably be a little platformer y, and it would probably be it would probably be either subterranean or it would climb into the sky or something like that. So at least that's what my brain does when I think about those things. Again, like if you guys can come up with a consensus. Oh yeah, so just one thing to point out: if people want to start making their own straw polls, this is a good time for that. So like if you have a question that so like for example the top down or the top down or side scroller thing. Yeah, you can like you're welcome to just sorry. You're welcome to just like pose those questions to chat and like just spark discussion. But like yeah, please also feel welcome to at this point like you can oh yeah, I have links disabled in chat. So I guess for the straw polls like that, I'll have to repost the links. But yeah, if you have a straw poll like that you want to ask the group, um, yeah. Oh my gosh. Do we literally have 50 viewers? If so, that's crazy. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're about to start making this game. So you'll see we have like a blank screen here because we've decided on what the type of game we're going to make, but now we have to like kind of affect that. And so yeah, someone sorry, I forget who raised a question about High Tech RS raised the question of side scrolling or top down. So Dimmy G Boss, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. um, yeah, so I mean, these are the type of things that we have to think about because we're working with very high level stuff to begin with. It's this we're gonna have to actually like start adding like real things. um, um, so the software that we're using for this is Unity. It's actually a slightly older version because I haven't upgraded. I've been working outside of Unity for a while, so I just I know like I think version 4.6 is like released or something like that, but I'm not updated to it. Oh, so you can see Lion Straw Poll because he's a mod. So oh, thank you. Oh, all right. um, Thank you, Lion. um, yeah, so it's not the latest version of Unity that we're working with, but Material, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. um, so oh yeah, sorry. I also sorry about the bug where it says 0 experience in side quest. It is actually adding experience correctly. It just I don't know why it says 0 experience, but I'm not gonna fix it right now. Sorry about that. So right, I guess what are the results on that straw poll that Lion posted? Top down seems to be in the lead. So yeah, if we're doing top down, that's a little more traditional, right? So or it's a little easier for open world in some ways because we don't have to come up with like a trick for it. Oh wait, do they each have 5 votes? Oh wait. So maybe we're doing both. Oh no, side scroller took the lead. All right. Well, all right. So I guess so absent that decision, because that decision is probably going to bubble for like a few seconds longer, or like a minute or so longer. So what can we start assuming? I mean, I guess we're going to have like a we're probably going to have like ourselves represented, because it's a role playing game, and so we need a role to play, right? So, uh, I I hope it's fair to say that, especially if it's like, well, with side scroll and top down, um, we don't tend to think of those as a first person sort of thing. So, oh, also it's 2D. So I guess first person games don't tend to be 2D, or 2D games don't tend to be first person. So, Zero Maverick, I've answered your question a number of times. We're working in Unity. I've answered your question literally twice, and now a third time. um, so, uh, sorry. um, the yeah, so I'm gonna start adding in this like character element. Like it's just gonna be like a quad for now, because whatever. It seems like a fun place to start. So we can put a texture on this quad at some point, but for now we're just gonna have a quad. So hey, look, we have a character. This is us. This is the role that we will play. So uh, so so yeah, okay. So top down does seem to be winning, but so I'll start working in the abstract until we know for sure whether whether it'll be top down or side scroller. Um, so I guess like 2D games. I don't like using unlit in 2D games, because like you can't do transparency with unlit. Or wait, no. There's something weird about unlit where like it doesn't do everything you'd want it to. Gandorio, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your leadership and your support. So I'm gonna do it'll be 2D, right? But it'll be actually with like a lighting source, like flat lighting, of course, but with like an actual lighting source. Just I forget what it is, but I think there's something about unlit textures that like something about alpha, or excuse me. I think like by just doing like flat lighting, we can we'll have more options down the line in how we want to render some of this stuff artistically. Or at least that's the way I've kind of done it on some occasions in the past. So why not now? I think I want this to be like direct, right? Okay, so yeah. So lighting is head on, and we can change that too if we want like cuter lighting or whatever. I'm just gonna move this away so that we don't have to see it in our viewport. All right, so we have a character and we have a light. So yeah, it looks like top down's winning so far. So I guess in that case, all right. So we'll probably be if so. I guess that, I mean, that would have an impact on art, because like if we're doing top down, then we'll want like art pieces that we're seeing like the top of them, right? We're seeing like the instead of like houses viewed with walls and like a like roof on top, we'll be seeing more roof than wall. So that sort of thing. So all you art makers out there, I hope you're out there. Hopefully we can start. So yeah, so anyone waiting to see like what type of assets should we be making, then I mean, I don't know. Like top down and side scroller is very neck and neck, so it's hard to say with any degree of certainty. But it looks like top down's winning, so that might be a good place to start for that sort of thing. Um, um, so top down art is very difficult. Um, I believe in you, Carl. I believe in you. I believe in the creative power of this group. Because we're working with a lot, because this is a collaborative project and we're going to have a lot of people working together. The art is probably going to turn out to be a little bit eclectic. It's probably going to be a little bit. So it's going to be like a bunch of different styles like contrasted together. So I guess yeah, one thing to keep in mind is like that, I guess, when you're working on art, be ready for it to like, to be juxtaposed against like other people's art styles as well. Um, so 2D, so yeah, 2D, so like 2D just dictates really the style. It doesn't really dictate too much about what sort of game we can make. So I guess like RPG and open world are going to be, the bigger dictates there. And then, well, open world is kind of like that too. Open world just kind of like, I don't know, it implies more about like the breadth of the game. So like I guess RPG is going to be the most like fundamental, or it's going to be the piece that implies the most about like what is the game itself, like what are we playing, not just like what are the trappings and what are the environments and what are surroundings, but like what are we actually doing? So it sounds like, um, well, I guess actually a good question. Like open world RPG somewhat implies like more of the Western RPG versus like the JRPG. Uh, in To me at least, that's kind of like because like when I think of RPGs that are open world, I tend to think, well, no, maybe that's not fair. If anyone has strong feelings about like how we interpret the mechanics of an RPG, because like even within the genre of RPG, there are a lot of things that we could do there. So if anyone has strong feelings about how we interpret that, feel free. 8-bit or 16-bit. I guess I can't really make promises. Like Kaminiak, if we can get a consensus on that, then like go for it. But unfortunately, without a consensus, I think what we have to say is that it'll probably be all of those things, right? Because like without because we either have to standardize and get that to be the case, or because like I'm not going to reject art really. So in order for us to like if someone wants their art in the game, I'm probably going to be more like I'm going to err on the side of letting their art in the game. So um no, Kaminiak, I really can't advise that. I mean like I can't, but yeah, I mean you are your own people. Um so right, so yeah. The theme. So the part about because apart from so we know we're putting it in the context of like an open world, and we're doing it in a 2D art style, we're making a 2D game. I mean, I guess hypothetically we could make a 2D game with a 3D art style like that 2.5D or whatever, but I'm assuming 2D meant 2D, like real 2D anyways. So if we're interpreting that way, then like I said, like RPG is like the strongest dictate as to what the game is about. And so now that with the theme of like surprise and like adaptability, or like rolling with it, that's I think that like that's what's speaking to me now. So I'm thinking like I'm thinking like thank you, Maniac. Um, so 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 how do we make an RPG that's about that'll like your expectations? How do we make an RPG that will really that will be unexpected? I guess I mean we have to have a fair amount like yeah, so we have to have a fair amount of variety of what we find in the game, because uh otherwise it will get very predictable very fast. So I kind of want to maybe this is just me, but I almost want to say like complexity, because like anything that's too simple becomes predictable. So maybe it's just because I like complexity and I like complex things, and I especially like really complex systems. My thought is that Kaminiak, hey! Uh, all right, well, I hope to see you at some point later, Kaminiak. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, oh, this is the color. Oh, I haven't upgraded to the latest version of Unity. Is the latest version of the Unity black? Oh, Pro is black? Okay, interesting. Yeah, so this is the free version. And it's also 4.5. I haven't upgraded to like 4.6 yet. Because I didn't want to do it on stream. I wanted to do it, like switch over to it and get anyways. I wasn't sure what curveballs that would throw. So what is this going to be? So I mean, like presumably the surprising mechanic that will probably have like a broad web of like what of possible outcomes. I'm thinking this has to be like core to the game, because like I really want to embrace the theme. So to the extent that we can make this unexpected but okay theme like a part of like the central mechanic, then I don't know if you guys I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm thinking like the interaction system should be like the unpredictability, because like well, so I mean the way the theme came about, like this theme was the wild card suggestion, and it it came from like a conversation wherein it was like it literally was a conversation. It was like it was sorry, I forget who said it in the first place, but uh, this was literally a person saying like, "Oh, whoops, or like wow, that like this other person has surprised me." So I'm thinking like so it's an RPG. You'll be interacting with other entities, and the other entities will be the ones doing the surprising, and the other entities will be the ones to which you, I guess, adapt and become okay. So like your goal, so like these other entities will be surprising you, and then you will uh, the the yeah, right. So this is, yeah. So that, I think we're on the same page, Deadline. Is so yeah. So so it's an open world, right? So you'll be exploring, you'll be encountering these other entities, and yeah, it's like it's going to be a mixed bag. It might not be literally random, because I think so. One thing in game dev is that a lot of times we say random, but I mean, I know. I guess actually this is probably going to be one of the most applicable circumstances for randomness, because because there has to be a level of unexpectedness. But yeah. All right. So I was gonna talk about how when we say random, a lot of times what we mean is uh, non-ordered, but ascribing to another rule set, and we might want to come up with another rule set. Maybe no, maybe this is, maybe because we're embracing unexpected. Maybe this is the game to just max out that random number generator. Uh, so all right, yeah, I like that. I think we're headed in the same direction. Um, so uh, so yeah, one thing to keep in mind is that because this is a jam, what we're going to want to figure out is like something fundamental. So we're talking, so like some people have mentioned stuff like spells and attacks and like and loots and drops and like events and triggers. Something to keep in mind, we're probably gonna do like one of those. Because I mean, remember, we have to implement this thing, like this this interaction paradigm, like we have to implement this for an open world. So we can't do 500 things in an open world, like because the game is kind of dictating scale. We have to so we kind of have to pick like, from amongst those. So like nothing that we voted on really so far. Oh, so it looks like top down. I'm gonna say top down is the winner. So if anyone was waiting to hear whether top down was the winner or not, then it did edge out side scrolling just by one vote, but yeah, it did edge it out. So uh, so hey, we got a new follower. Comma Stacker, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. Um, so um, so yeah. Well, so the thing, so yeah, so kind of what I was going for, high tech, is that if we go with a drop system, that will probably be the system. So like for example, so then like the manner of interaction will be drops. So for example, the way you interact with everything in the world is through drops. So we could do drops if we decide that's the most important part, and that's actually kind of interesting because I don't know if anyone's taken that bent before, but we're talking about, and like so the reason I'm trying to get focus is because we have to start somewhere, right? And I'm trying to narrow in on something that we can be certain is going to be a starting point, and like with a jam, if you're not doing it immediately, like you can't really assume that you're going to do it because like, if you encounter difficulty with like the first thing, who knows if you'll ever get to the second thing. So like we could start with drops. Um, and that could be like the first thing, but so Carl, like I'll get your art in the game. If it doesn't work, I can tweak it. We can tweak it, but yeah, so I'm like I was saying before, the game is probably going to turn out a bit eclectic. So I almost want to say like don't even worry too much about how your art looks, because we you and I personally cannot determine, like we cannot dictate what other people will make. Like other people might submit different stuff, so other people will could come up with other stuff, and so like I'm going to try and like integrate like pretty much all of this. So it's going to be a mixed bag. So all right, so uh so are we going with drops? Is drop system going to be the the primary interaction. So keep in mind, like, I'm literally saying drops will be the primary interaction. Like, you approach something, right? And immediately the first thing that happens is it starts dropping things. And potentially, like, if we really want to play up on this, your response will be to drop things. Like, the manner of interaction will be dropping. Like there will essentially be like zero communication and zero interaction. Like, imagine a world where like you don't talk to people. You walk up to them and they give things to you and you give things back to them. This actually sounds really cool in my opinion. So I'm actually super psyched to go with this. I just want everyone to be I just want to get us all on the same page so it's clear. Like, literally, that's what the world is going to be about. The world is going to be about giving things to each other. Which actually, hey, perfect time of year for that, right? It's basically going to be like Gifts the game. So all right, unless anyone so like, yeah, people are saying things like weapon and like stuff like that, but like, I mean, if in a world where all you ever do with things is give them as gifts, like, is anything really a weapon? Anyways, I won't get philosophical with it, but just so everyone knows, literally, this will be a game about giving. It will be a game about receiving and giving, and like there will be some variability. I don't know how we did this, but I think we came across something that is quite appropriate, right? For tis the season. No, I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess we need an inventory, right? Because if we're gonna be giving and receiving things, like if this game is all about like material possessions, then we'll need material possessions, right? So my gut says I should probably start by doing the so I don't know, unless like unless something like I don't know, like, because we were talking about that, like, I know open worldness is like a really big thing and that's something that we'll have to tackle, but open worldness is actually kind of something that I've done before. Like, if you check out Rogue City, what we did for the second game jam, this one's procedurally generated, but like Rogue City was open world technically. You can walk literally, this is like, it was procedurally generated, so it was literally an infinite open world. You can walk an infinite distance in any direction, and the world just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. So we didn't really talk about random generation versus like procedural generation. Like, content driven was one of the things on the list that we voted for, but it didn't make it very well. I didn't really pay attention to how it made it on the list because well, actually, let's go back and look. If I have the link here, and if I don't have the link here, I'm not going to care about it. All right, I don't have the link here, but I don't know. I guess we can worry about that later. um, excuse me, because I've never done inventory system before. Oh yeah. Sorry. Chat's really active today, which I love. But I apologize if I miss stuff because I'm not used to keeping up with this much chat. So welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Let's make an inventory system. I guess. So immediately I started thinking about like real estate, like screen space, like where on the screen will the inventory take place. I kind of, so as not to limit ourselves, because this is like an open world, and like, and we were talking about how we kind of want complexity so that there is a level of unexpectedness. I don't like, so like one thing we could do is we could carve out like the bottom of the screen and like give you 8 spaces to put your items. My gut kind of says like, because we're going open world and because we're going unexpected, we might want to not limit ourselves to so few items. We might actually want lots of items. We might want more items. So I'm thinking maybe instead of using like the bottom of the screen for it, we might want to flip to a different screen. So like we might want like the world where you're traversing, and then when it's time to interact with your items, then you like flip to something else. So I guess now would be a good time to think about the interactions themselves. Like what is the like because so like you're getting things from people, like things you approach. Let's say, okay, so hypothetically, you in the finished project, you approach an entity and they give you something. So it has to be clear up front that they give you something. So how do we clarify that? I guess, like, I mean, we need it. I mean, the advantage of having the inventory on screen up front is that like on screen at all times is that, when you get given something, it will very clearly like appear in your inventory, and so that makes it a little more straightforward. I guess so. We could hypothetically do both. We could have like some amount of your inventory on screen. Like, I'm just trying to think of like how we can both fit this on screen and also make it big enough to accommodate like a full inventory. So like I guess we could have like scroll arrows or something to like scroll up and down through our inventory. I don't know. That sounds a little jumbly and like it could get a little messy. Like games with inventory. Like for me personally, it's very easy for me to get frustrated with how jumbly the inventory system is. If I have to sit there like dragging things and rearranging things a lot, that is not my favorite thing to be doing. I'd rather play an interesting game. So if the inventory system is supposed to be the interesting part of our game, then we should probably get that good. I haven't played Minecraft, so I I've watched enough Minecraft to know that there's that bar on the bottom of the screen, and then like there are also like boxes, and you actually have to like run to your house and like look at boxes in your house or something. So I don't know if I'd necessarily call that a successful integration of massive inventory in a convenient manner, because you literally have to like run to a place and like toggle boxes and stuff. Like I even get frustrated if I'm in an MMO that has like multiple bags and I have to move things from one bag to another. Um, so I so if I end up thinking about this for so long, like if I start thinking about this too long and it gets to the point where I'm actually wasting time just trying to improve the inventory system. Some of you might think I already hit that point. I don't, because like I was saying, this is so central to our game that it's something that I think we should really get right. Um, but like if I hit that point of like overthinking, I'll just like I'll go with something straightforward and standard and expected and uh, satisfactory, air quotes satisfactory. I don't know. Nullcore. So we are making. So the theme is. You might know the theme is. Was it? Didn't expect that, but okay. That's literally the theme. That phrase. And then the we're making an open world 2D RPG. It wasn't part of the voting, but like kind of like given those parameters, we decided to make it a game about loot drops. So like we might add like secondary mechanics later, but the primary mechanic of this game is is loot drops. So like to give and to receive, uh, I guess. um, which of course made, excuse me, sorry, my throat's just a little scratchy, but I mean that immediately made me think of like the holidays. It's not gonna be holiday themed, I don't think, but uh so now inventory is the question, because personally I if we're gonna do inventory, I want to do it well, and to me that means an inventory that is apparent, like it. So when you grok, like you can grok your inventory, like you glance at your, yeah. I mean essentially, yeah, tech RS. You can, when you look at your inventory, you can grok it, and like so when you look at your inventory, it's clear what's in your inventory. You don't have to like, it's not like a mystery puzzle, whatever, just to figure out what you have. And then also the interactions with your inventory, because they're so central. I want that to be clear as well. So I want it to be clear what you get from others. Like when someone gives you something, I want it to be clear. Or like when something drops something, I want it to be clear what's getting dropped, and when yeah. So now that we've talked through that quite a bit, let me consider. Excuse me. Sorry. Hold on. Let me have a sip of water. I guess I can start like specking things out, and we can see how it works. I I I just think like I think we probably need at least some amount of your inventory on screen at any given time. Or if we don't literally have your inventory on screen, I think we need something on screen to indicate what is given to you. So maybe just like a panel, like maybe like a little pop-up thing. It's like so like when you get a thing, like it's clear like this was given to you. And I'm thinking like icons. I don't know if we'll be able. I don't know if we'll have time to like bust out all the icon art, but like I was saying before about like you glance at your inventory and it's recognizable. Right? Yeah. I mean, right? Yeah. Oh, so spaceship, or spaceship. Sorry, I keep only calling you spaceship. I'm sorry. Um, uh, yeah, exactly. So I'm most comfortable, or I work with Unity more than I worked with most things. So for the sake of all right, we got art. Uh, so oh yeah, so here's Carl's art, and the question is, do we want this top down or do we want less top down? So let me know. Excuse me. All right, so oh, excuse me. Another thing to keep in mind is that Trusty Bard, if you miss it by like a close amount of time, it's not literally too late. You still get some points. You don't get full credit, but you still get some points, even if it's like right after the whatever. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So all right. So like I was saying before, I'm pretty sure we'll need like a separate inventory screen. So like this is like the world, hypothetically, and now I'm gonna start making an inventory, like a UI basically. Uh, what's the easiest way to do this? I guess I will just it's gonna use like hmm. Oh, we should do orthographic. The camera. If the camera's orthographic, yeah, I'm gonna say the camera's orthographic because it's 2D, so the camera should be orthographic. Uh, is the camera already orthographic? Yes, it is. Good, cool. All right, that makes the UI a lot simpler because we don't have to worry about like the cone shaped camera. Oh, hey, Lumpex 999, welcome. How's it going? We're jamming. We including everyone, including if you're hearing this statement and I say you, that includes you. We are all making a game together. So, yeah. Uh, thank you, Zianho. Yeah. So, right. So this this little quad is our character. So, I'll call it, I guess, uh, me or something. I don't know. I'll probably rename that. The directional light is the sun, because why not? The main camera is the main camera. So let's create a quad for. So this will be the inventory. Did I spell that right? Yeah. So this one will be big as the screen, basically, because oops, not scale. Excuse me. Because when you're looking in the inventory, it's basically going to cover up the screen. Basically, it might not literally have to cover up the entire screen, but I'm gonna start it off as covering up the entire screen. So let's make this a different color, because that hurts my eyes, my eyeballs. I can't make it a different color. Pfft, crazy. I insist on making it a different color. So I'll create a material for it. Inventory. Make this a different color so it's not as offensive on the eyeballs. So yeah, I should also move this up so that it draws on top of the world. So Z position, yeah. I'll move it to like -5. Whoop, wait, where's the I thought the camera's usually at -10. Yeah, the camera's at -10. Oh, but I guess it has a near clip plane. Wait. So if I move it to -5, that should be legit. Yeah, alright, there we go. Excuse me. Oh, straw poll. uh, results. Cool. Good job, Carl. um, oh yeah, right. Oh, so I forgot. Yeah, I have to repost the. I have to repost this one because it was not posted by a mod. All right, so yeah, there's a question about Carl's image, whether we like this, or whether we need it to be angly, I guess is the question. um, so, oh whoa, I've never seen this new poll available vote now widget before, but that is amazing. Cool. That's neat. Makes me wish I didn't hate straw poll right now. But anyways, all right, so let's make our inventory lighter or a tamer blue color, so it's not as bright. All right, not that that matters. And so the gist I think is basically going to be that, excuse me, uh, there's going to be like a grid, I guess, because why not? So move this to like -6. So it's probably going to be a little bit bigger than that. So like scale it like 0.5 maybe. 0.5. I wonder how many of these I could fit across the screen. So where the? Alright, here we go. So like I don't know, like picturing like I don't know, something like this. Well, actually, so the whole screen can't be the inventory because there has to be like a confirm and a cancel button or something. So actually, I'll probably put those buttons at the top. So, so I'll start building out the inventory from the bottom, and I don't know, I'll probably make it aligned to a slightly better grid, but I'm just like kind of specking this out to see how it looks. So, so is 16 going to be enough? Whoops. I wonder if 16 will be enough inventory squares. Like, I wonder if that's going to be a sufficiently big inventory for this game, or if we'll need. Well, I kind of just want to go infinite with the inventory. Like, I guess maybe I'll start with 16, and if the if 16 is insufficient for our inventory, yes, that's True Zero Maverick. We're all game devs. Like by merit of being here, we're game devs because we were all deving a game, and therefore we're all game devs. Thank you for the updates, David B. um, oh, why do I have an old version of Unity? Yeah, I've been working outside of Unity. I've been working in Python for a while, so I they released a new version, and this is the version that I've been using, so I didn't want to like I don't want to pull the rug out from under myself in case there was anything weird and different that would trip me up. So just for purpose of this jam, I just figured I should uh, yeah. Yeah, so if we need more than 16, we can figure that out at some point. I should probably line these up so that I don't drive myself crazy with the fact that they're not exactly lined up. So what are these coordinates? So we call this like point 1, no, point 1 2, point 1 1 or something. That's probably good. And then so this would be so they're 0.22 apart from each other, and they're size 1.5. So like, wait, what? 0.35. Wait, what? Uh. Sorry, I guess I don't know how this scale is gonna work exactly. Oh wait. Oh, right. Oh yeah, no. That's because I parented them to something with weird scale. So hold on, let me unparent them. So that their scale gets normal again, and then I'll parent all of these things to an empty game object. So this will be the inventory, and then the thing that we were calling inventory is actually the backgrounds for the inventory. All right. That took me a second. Yeah, I haven't been working in Unity lately, so I apologize if it takes me a second to figure out what the heck is going on. So yeah, what was the actual what is the actual coordinate I used here? All right, so like 0.84. That's weird. So how about let's say 0.75 or something, or like 0.85. Yeah, sure. So these are spaced apart like a distance of like point 1.7, I guess, because 0.85 times 2. So 1.7 plus 1.5, I think it was going to be this number. 1.7 plus 1.5 is 2 point... No, wait, 1.7 plus 1.5 is 3... Wait, what? Oh, wait, no. Wait. 1.5 plus... What? Oh, no. Yeah, 8.5 has to... So I'd have to subtract 7.5. So it was 0.1, actually. So, so 1.5 plus 0.2 plus 0.3, 1.5 plus 0.3, wait, plus 0.75. I'm not good at arithmetic, so let me just bust out a calculator. All right, sorry. I don't do maximize on play because I tend to make with mobile in mind. So this is actually like what we're seeing here. The reason it doesn't even come up to the edges of this viewport is because this is literally the exact size that the game is. So this is the correct size. David B. Wow, you're one of the most interesting theme chatters that I've seen in a while. All right, so zero point 0.3 plus 0.75 plus 1.5 equals 2.55. All right. Really? Oh, that's pretty narrow. Oh, wow. So I probably want to add in. I'll probably actually want this to be like 0.7. Whoops, not 7.6. 7, and I'll want this one to be 0.9 instead. All right, so then this one would also be 0.9, and then this one would also be, what was the first one? 2.7. All right. And we decided that the width is 0.3. So sorry, one second. Let me just basically delete all of these ones. Oh wait, what did you miss? That's a good question. What was the last thing you remember? Oh, yeah, I used to work. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah, that was the company that I worked for before I went on my own and did my own thing. I worked at Harmonics Music Systems, which they make Rock Band and Dance Central. So that was cool. I was a big fan of the reason I applied there and got a job there is because I was a huge fan of the games that they made. Like, I don't know, like Guitar Hero. I don't need to brag, but I was pretty good at that once upon a time. Yeah, that was a cool company to work for. Like if you're gonna work in game dev, like they're pretty top tier. I don't know, just in terms of like the things that I look for in a game developer, like they're just like they make awesome products. They I don't know, they're cool people, like in real life and everything. So yeah, uh, I'm glad you liked. I'm glad you enjoyed Rockman. um, oh yeah, so the other thing to is so one other thing. So I've started since the second one. I forgot to do it for the first one, or I didn't think to do it for the first Signal Jam. But for every Signal Jam, we're putting together credits for the game as well. So if you want your name in the credits, please tweet at me how you want your name to appear and what you want your job title to be. So at srsly_bz. Because if you say it in chat, I'm not going to remember. Like I'm not going to keep track of chat. So, but if you tweet it at me, then I'll look back at that because like I'll be able to look at that and go over my notifications to when it's time to put the list of credits together. So yeah, so if oh, cool. Yeah, right? Yeah. I that was what I liked about working there, is that it's they don't like they're not just games, like they're also like you actually walk away with them from them with something, like like discovery of music and appreciation of music and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that. Those yeah, I have fond memories. All right, so what is what did I do for the other coordinate here? So let's smooth that out to -3.8 or something. Something smoother. So 0.38, and then we decided the spacing between these is the spacing here is, oh, we got a notification. The spacing here is Mr. Fada, top peasant. All right. So oh yeah, my Twitter is at srsly_bz. If you ever forget it, it's in my info panel, which if you're on a computer is below the stream. If you're on mobile, it's on the side of the stream. So our spacing is the difference of 0.9, 2.7. It's a difference of 1.8. So we should move these all up by 1.8. We should copy these, copy paste, and then move them all up. So to -2, I guess, right? Is that, yeah? Look at that. So copy paste, move it up. Whoop, wait, what? Nope. It's not what I meant to do. All right, copy paste, move it up by 1.8, so it would be 0.2. Yar. And then one more time. Copy paste, move it up by 1.8, so positive 1.6. Yeah. All right. So look, we have an inventory screen getting built and stuff. So we might as well save this. Look at all this work we've done. So save scene as main, I guess. I tend to call it. So yeah. And then yeah, so I'm thinking at the top of the screen that we'll need a confirm button and a cancel button. So I'll just spec those in super fast. So copy paste. So I don't know. I'll make this one wider. Nope, not taller. Wider to. So this is the confirm button, right? So once you got the thing that you want, then yay, confirm. And then also let's. Oh, so I should name these because they're not just quads. I mean the others aren't just quads either, but whatever. So confirm button. And this will be the cancel button. I believe bloop. So I'll just put it up in the corner, and I can move these around and get them positioned better and stuff. But for starters, well, I'll make it a little bit smaller too. So 1.2 or something, maybe. Oh, not 12, 1.2. 1.2. There we go. I don't know, something like that. But again. We can start actually hooking stuff up, because who knows, we might have to rechange all of this stuff. So yeah, so you can say your name in chat, but I'm probably not gonna remember it. So all right, good. Realistic background moving stars. Consultant. I'll try and remember that. We can call that the backup if we don't come up with a better one. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. Comment sticker. Thank you. Yeah, I try and I don't know. I like streaming, and so my goal with it is to just put more dev process out there into the ether, so that people, if there's something that they find interesting, can tune in and then for jams like this, I don't know. Yeah, no, this is probably one of my favorite things to be doing with stream, because it's this is something that you can kind of only do with stream, without yeah, I don't know. I like where technology is going. So the The what? The inventory screen seems to be doing okay now. We kind of got that going. So now I'm gonna hide this for a second. And like I was saying before, I want like a space on screen where like we can get information about stuff that's happening in the inventory without actually looking at the inventory. So one of the next things I'm going to spec. Oh yeah, how'd that poll go, by the way? Results. Oh. Well, okay, so it was dead even between good and angliness. So I'm gonna assume, for the tiebreaker for this case, since we already have that one piece made, I'm gonna assume that it is okay. And then if we change our minds and decide that later that it's not okay, then we can switch it around. But because there was a tie, I'm just gonna for the present term go with it. Tudor assets. Let's name this something better than 4TK Lizblurb. So what did I me? Yes, whatever. And then all right. So how does this look in game? I think we need to add transparency to it. Oh, interesting. Huh. Interesting. So, sprite editor? Seriously? Wow. Maybe I've just never worked with 2D defaults before. But, yeah, I'm gonna bust open a doodly thing and add transparency to it. So, file, whoops. No, not right now. Thank you, though. It was just asking me to update. So, file, open. Where are we going? User, no, not user. Why did I just go there? I guess because it's highlighted by default. Assets, me.ping. I'm going to add transparency. Ka-chow. Transparency, yay, look at that. That was easy. Alright. So we have me.jpg, but whatever. So material. Oh, yeah, I don't know how sprites work. Do I still need a material for sprites? I don't know, let's find out. Hey, look at that. Alright. Let's scale that down a skosh. Because that's so pixels to units. What if we put it at like 70? Nope, other way around. 200. Oh, whoa. Wait, why is... Oh, did it add like an... Wait a second. Oh. Oh, wait, what? This isn't... Oh, it added it in as a new thing. So, actually, alright, let's get rid of the old thing, I guess. Because apparently, this is the new business. Alright, so, and let's actually go a little bit smaller. So, like, 250 maybe. Cool. Look, we make a game. We make game. We make game time, make game. Yeah. What do I think you should move to after multimedia fusion? Since oh yeah, oh, that's a good question. Okay, wait, I have two answers to that question. One, the first answer is I like Unity. In part, like I'm biased because I know a lot about Unity, and I like it. Like I obviously like it because I use it, right? So that's not actually 100% true about everything I use. Some things I use begrudgingly, like straw poll, for example. No. So my first answer is Unity. The nice thing about it is that it's very flexible in terms of like you can get like really into it and like go like hardcore programming mode in Unity, or there's a bunch of like visual editors you can get for Unity. So I mean, the nice thing about it is that if you, like when last time I was watching your stream, you were talking about how, I posted a link in chat, and I actually should have explained it first because the link will show up before stream delay. Anyways, I'll explain that in a second. Last time I checked out your channel, Zero Maverick, you were talking a bit about how you were the tool you were using. Well, actually, kind of like Unity. Like, you could program if you wanted to, but I think at the time you were using the visual editor. And Unity's like that too. So, I don't know. Like if you don't like multimedia fusion and but you want something with similar options, then like Unity could be a good choice. All right, the link that I posted in chat is it's a cool guide that is very project specific. So the cool thing about the about Sorting Hat is that um, it'll just like ask you a few questions about like what type of game are you trying to make, and it has like a bunch of different recommendations. So like depending on what project you want to go for, like there really are different answers. So um, excuse me, OpenGL. Well, so OpenGL. Huh. Yeah, no, I can't. I shouldn't comment on that. I just when you mentioned it, I was just reminded of the fact that apparently Unity 5 is going to support exporting to WebGL, which is kind of nice because you can make web apps without requiring like the Unity plugin, which is cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyways, uh, so yeah, so our protagonist's name is Recolored Saturn. Mr. Saturn is my father. Please call me Recolored. No. Uh, uh. so uh, yeah. So we have little pieces of the inventory system that we're working on, and like we're big pieces, as the case may be. This reminds me of like old school calculator, like the calculators that you used to use in like elementary school, or that I used to use in elementary school. Outside streaming, yeah. It was just such a beautiful night that I figured might as well do it from the great outdoors. New follower, hey, the demonic penguin, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Hey, how's it going? Um, if you're a hardcore developer, um, oh yeah, so I guess I should like disclaim my previous statement. Like I don't even consider myself an engineer because like I guess when I said like hardcore programming, I guess I meant like you can program. Um, in terms of like yeah, so I guess there's actually a level of hardcoreness. Jacob M77, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. um, there's probably a level of hardcoreness that you would actually get dissatisfied with Unity. So like for people who like yeah, actually no. So in a lot of ways Unity is way more convenient. And so for people who like don't enjoy building engines from scratch by themselves, then Unity is a nice option. So yeah, that was probably a slight misqualification when I said it's for the hardcore. It's actually for like it's for the people who are serious, but maybe not quite as like bleeding eyeballs. I don't know. That's what I think of when like I think of like engine program. It's like how could I ever like that's the part where like literally my brain would like explode through my ears if I tried to get into that. So like that's like so hard. That's like the hardest core. That's literally that's the fundamental of like programming. Although no, I guess then you could get into like hardware engineering and like chip design. And anyways, uh, so maybe Keynote like that could be a concern for some people, but it's not a concern for me because I don't get to that level of frustration with it. I find it mostly convenient what I'm allowed. Like there's nothing in Unity that I've tried to do so far that I've been unable to do. Like maybe there are things that if I tried to do I'd be unable, but everything I've tried so far has worked. All right, so yeah, we have this piece of the inventory which reminds me of a really old calculator, and then so I'm just gonna make a new little like pop-up item. I don't know what it is exactly, but whatever. So I'm gonna so create empty. I'll just call this pop-up for now, and I'm gonna put a BG like thing in it, except it's gonna be a much smaller BG like thing, and it's gonna be good. All right, good thing these are zeroed out at the origin. Um, excuse me. So fun fact about side quest is that you can change your vote at any time, or like you can change your action. Like once you lock in, like once you say an action, it'll lock you in for like the initiative bonus, for example. But you you can also switch it. Like before the event ends, you have a chance to change your mind. Fun fact. All right, so whoops, did I do that? No, I did that the right way. All right, so. Also, the pop-up probably won't cover you up. It'll probably appear on like the bottom of the screen. And it will probably have like one of these two. It'll be like, oh, I should I should lower these a little bit. So like the, oh yeah, right. So actually inventory, I'm gonna put inventory at -5, and BG will be at 0, and then the rest will be at -1. Just in terms of like layering, because like you can kind of use the Z value as draw order in 2D. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I do it when I work in 2D in Unity. Uh, all right, so quad, y'all, 0, 0 this out, and I guess make it a little bit bigger or something. I don't know. The way the sprite system works, I think I actually have to change how this all works, but whatever. I'm just kind of specking it out at this point. So I don't know. I'll make it like size 2 or something, just so it's big and noticeable and prominent. Yeah, actually, that might not work, but whatever. Uh, um, so that's all fun. Oh yeah, and this is the other thing. I was gonna make pop up at like a height of like -2.5, right? And then oh yeah, put quad's supposed to be inside pop up, and then so this will be at -1, and this BG will be at 0. All right, so hypothetically, the inventory should draw. Well, I don't have to do hypothetically. Like the inventory should draw over the pop up, and the pop up should draw over the world. Cool. Kina. Super effective. Um, uh, so, cool. Alright, so this will be like -3, I guess. Oops, not -1, -3. Not that it matters, but whatever. -3. Alright, so yeah, so now that we have our character art, I'm gonna actually like put the inventory stuff aside for a second, and then I guess I'm just gonna make movement a thing, I guess. So I guess since I'm not actually making this for mobile, like I tend to like do implement like a control scheme for mobile first, but I guess since like this will probably end up on the web and like I don't have immediate plans to put it on mobile, I should probably do the PC, like the computer control scheme first, I guess, technically. So I'll probably use like WASD and arrow keys for movement, and then probably something like spacebar for interact. Oh, oh, the inventory thing. How's the, yeah? Uh, Maybe the inventory will be a click-based interface. Because that can be weird if like most of the game is played with WASD and then the inventory is played with click-based interface. I don't know. We'll see. so so yeah, I think this is the first thing for the sake of realism. I think when you move around the world, you should probably like face in the direction that you're moving, because that's a common feature. Like most people don't like face forwards when they're moving sideways; they like face sideways when they're moving sideways, right? So that could be a nice feature where you actually like turn and move in different directions. So I don't know. Oh, you like click based? I tend to go that way because the nice thing. Oh, new follower. Hey, Sarander, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. All right, cool. The cool thing about click-based interface, like Unity automatically turns that into a touch-based interface. So I like that because then it automatically works on both PC and on mobile. So uh, yeah, yeah, and like I just think, like I guess for some games like the WASD like arrow keys would work fine probably, but like the inventory system, like you don't want to negotiate that with like the arrow keys or WASD or whatever. Like I mean you could like move through the inventory like hitting up left click 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 click, but like I think I don't know, my gut just says that it'd be in fact a better experience to just click that stuff. Because like I was saying before, I find inventories to be potentially quite frustrating. So I want to reduce the level of frustration as much as I can. Yeah, and I mean, worst case scenario, we have to add in different controls later. That shouldn't take too long to make duplicative controls. Uh, oh wait. So yeah, so null core. Sorry, the if you change your vote after you get the initiative bonus, that's actually okay because the initiative bonus is just for people who like who like embrace it, like who take action. Basically, like I mean, like the so the idea is basically like we're a group of. Sorry, I'm just going to talk about side quest for a second. So in side quest, the little game that's scrolling along the bottom of the screen, the idea is that we're a group of adventurers, and we encounter these. Sorry, I've been letting the automated system do a lot of it because I haven't been. I don't know. Well, I've never actually like. I've really never administered the game before, so I'm definitely not in the habit of administering the game. So the automatic system is going. So like hypothetically, these encounters that pop up, like we're a group of adventurers and we encounter these things, and so the initiative bonus is for the people who like jump into the fray, like the when you take action, like that's you, like you're in it, you're not just standing on the sidelines, you're not just like watching this unfold, you're in it, so that's what you get the initiative bonus for. And so while you're in the fray, you can kind of adapt, and you can like like for example in some, like hypothetically, let's say you encounter a village that goblins have set on fire. Let's say you jump into it and you jump in and start putting out the fires. If everyone else puts out the fires, you can realize like, oh, well actually no, but now we need someone to chase the goblins, right? Because the fires are doing pretty okay. So you can kind of like during the event window, you can kind of strategize and figure out like how to cover your bases the best, or like how to get the really like get done what needs to get done. And that level of strategization is actually what affects the amount of experience that you get for the events. Pro tip. All right, back to two door. um so the pop up is when you get things. So the way yeah so sorry the way I was picturing this, and we can change it, of course. The way I was picturing this is like, so the like the core game loop, as it were, is that you move around the world, you interact with things, and when you interact with things, they'll give you things. Like it's basically like a give and take sort of. It's literally a give and take sort of thing, where like in the world, like you will get given things. Things will be given to you, and when you're given something, you get the little pop up, right? And then when it's your turn to give, then the inventory pops up. So like the only time I'm really picturing looking at the inventory is when you're deciding what to give. So so the only time you actually get things is when you're like interacting with things in the world. So yeah, the reason I put the inventory on top of the pop up is that like if you get something, let's say the pop-up shows up for like 5 seconds or something like that. If you get something, but you know immediately what you want to give back, you can pull up your inventory immediately, maybe. In which case, maybe the pop-up's still technically on screen, but like what if you want to give them like something down here in your lower inventory? Like if the pop-up was on top, it would be covering it, and you wouldn't be able to like, it would be harder to click those things. But yeah, so that was my thinking going into that. But again, I mean, if I'm on the wrong, if I'm going the wrong way with it, let me know. Uh, so I guess kind of, yeah. It's like we we kind of decided that like not necessarily the only thing that we'll be doing in this game, but like the primary thing we'll be doing in this game, like the first and probably the biggest thing we'll be doing in this game is basically trading. Yeah, I guess. So the theme of the jam. Just to recap, is like this is the theme. Uh, didn't expect that, but okay, right? It's something like that. I'm paraphrasing. I might be getting it slightly wrong. So like so the thing is about, so it's basically like the if we deliver on this, like if we get the game right, it'll be a game where you get things and like what the heck did you just get? And then you have to scramble to like, or not scramble, but like the like the goal of the game is to make that okay, I guess, right? I don't know. That's what I was thinking. That has been my interpretation thus far. So oh, okay, wait, hold on. Question. Uh Uh, trying to make a third-person camera that rotates when you right-click. Uh, yeah, I could probably help with that. Wait, third-person camera. Okay, so how would I do that? Uh, oh, I haven't really worked with animation. So in terms of the animations, like if you wanted to like swivel around, um, there's probably a better way to do that than I could help you with. I can help you with like the core like logistics of that though. Hold on, wait. Oh, there's a new character. Hold on. Sorry, one second. Uh, oh, with a shadow. All right, cool. Awesome. Uh, this is the new and improved version. All right. Save image as. I'll call this me too. I guess we can just swap them out. Me too. All right. Let me get back here. How do we swap this out? Yeah, here we go. Me too. Blammo. All right, and I'll probably want to keep the same sizing because I think I liked it better when it was like, yeah, because that way I won't fill up quite the whole screen. Oh, hey, hey. Now that so yeah, so for the could you Carl, could you put the shadow and the character as like two different things? Cause now if we when we rotate this, it's gonna change the order of the shadow. Like, whoops, that's not the that's not. Wait, oh, I was rotating it in. Oh wait, that's not right either. So it's Z rotation. Yeah, because now when we rotate it, the light source, like the perceived light source, is gonna change too. So like, because the lighting doesn't actually rotate with the character. Would have I don't know if it's too weird to make it as two separate things. Then that don't like worry about it. But yeah. For starters, I'm just gonna switch back to the other one because I want to actually start working on the rotation. Actually, yeah, you know what the thing about the rotating the third dimension the third person camera is actually gonna be oh sorry I won't let chat get completely washed away by the game. The thing about rotating the 3D camera is gonna be similar to what we're gonna be doing when we're moving around. So I'll start implementing that, and it'll be very similar. So stay tuned, GatorBot. I've not forgot your question. So Telerax says, just a thought. I don't know how everyone feels, but what about if you have to give first? Yeah, that's legit. Well, so the reason, yeah, I guess the reason I was thinking of getting is because the theme is less about giving. The theme is more about getting and adapting. Uh, but yeah, there's no reason that we couldn't start with giving. Yeah. So yeah, sorry, Trusty Bard. Whenever Trusty Bard chimes in, it kind of pushes chat up a little bit. But the question was, is it like what? So Telerax asked, in case anyone missed it, starting. What about starting with giving? Like, if the assumption is to start with getting, like, does that have to be the case, or can we do the other way? So yeah. Please to be weighing in if you are so inclined. Um, uh, Yikes. Yeah, Paint.net. It can do a lot of things. um, yes. Yeah, you can Kinao, you can get like you don't even have to put the command first. You can be like I dash boldly to boldly to a dark corner of an alley and valiantly cower with all of my might. Uh, that is a valid command. um, so the dimensions of the inventory. Yeah, don't worry too much about the dimensions of the inventory screen. If you want to make icon art, I would say go square, because like we made the inventory screen like comprised of little squares. So as long as your art is square, we can make it bigger or smaller in order to fit the screen. Is That's just me. Sorry, I try not to. I try to stay. I try and respond to direction more so than give direction. So if I say anything very directive, like do this, do that, what I mean to say is, I think maybe probably do this, but also whenever I say those things, feel free to respond with, no, I'm going to do this instead. Because really, my biggest job here is to like press the buttons to make the game, but also to like kind of like coalesce like all the everyone's contribution. So yeah, like if you like I guess this is a good time to point out like Wizard Baby didn't win the vote, but if you want a Wizard Baby in this game, now is the time. Make a Wizard Baby, or if you don't feel comfortable making a Wizard Baby, convince someone to make a Wizard Baby. Send me that Wizard Baby, and we'll do it. It'll happen, right? Because, well, I. To be honest, when I was saying make a Wizard Baby, I was picturing it as an inventory item. But I think I'd actually feel more comfortable making the Wizard Baby something that you encounter. Because I don't know if I would feel comfortable making a game where you go around trading babies. I think that sends the wrong message. Um, yeah. Excuse me. So, all right. So, right. So I was talking about the inventory screen, but what I was actually going to do is to work on the movement because we had that question about changing the camera based on. Yeah, thank you, Lex. After I put it together, I was like, oh, the flashbacks to like 5th grade math class. uh, yeah. So, oh, cool. More arts. Arts, cool. Thank you, Carl. Sweet. All right. So yeah, save. So I'll call this me3, I guess, because why not? And then save image as me shadow, I guess. Cool. All right, now we come back to our game, and right. So now we can swap out once more. We can swap out me with with me3, and we'll want to scale the whatever. And so we'll also want an empty game object for me, because this will hold both our game object and our shadow. Right? Oh, actually, this is kind of weird. Wait, no, this is normal. Right. So because the shadow and the me. Whoops, I put the wrong one inside the wrong one. The shadow and the sprite, or the shadow and the rest of the character art. Huh. How's this gonna work? Oh. Yeah, this is gonna be a little interesting. All right, so right, but we need the gist is that we need this too. Specifically, we need that to draw under this other thing. How do I? Oh, so sorting layer. So order in layer. So if I make this higher, will it draw first or second? Okay, there we go. All right, cool. I've never worked with sprites before, so this will be a little interesting, but we got this. So we got me and we got me shadow. So I think when we want to rotate this dude sideways, we're gonna go like 90 degrees, and I don't think we want to go 90 degrees with this one, because so like if you think of the character as starting facing upwards, we just turned this character to the sorry, it's my right, but it's your left. So we just turned him this way, right? So we don't want the so we want the shadow to stay behind him. The shadow had been in front of him, but we want it to be behind him. So I think we want to go negative 90. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So yeah, so they kind of, so it's gonna be funny because like when we change the camera, like the shadow is always going to be rotation 0 or rotation negative 90, because then again, like when when we rotate the character 180 degrees, then the shadow will actually stay exactly where it is, because at that point we're just facing the other direction. So yeah. So that's cool. Anyways, I just want to kind of like spin it through, make sure it looks okay, so that when we start programming this stuff, it looks okay and whatever. All right. So I think. Oh yeah, I think also me is gonna get parented to the main camera. Right? No, no, no. Vice versa. The main camera is gonna get parented to me, so that when me walks around, the camera stays with it. Oh yeah, and the other thing, as per usual, we're gonna put the pixel unit, whatever, blah blah blah, to 250. So me is smaller. Hey Connor Ince, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, so for choices between trim and hair colors, I can't promise that I will have time to implement a character creator. So if there are different like colors of stuff, then I don't know how that'll come into play. I mean, maybe through the inventory system or something. Like again, I can't promise, but like if you wanna, we can certainly try. That'd be a sense. Like who doesn't adventure through an open world and collect wigs and T-shirts? Isn't that what life is all about, right? So if we go in that direction, this might be a game about trading wigs. So I'll just say that. Uh, so well, so okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention at exactly what stage you said that's not how lighting works, but hopefully the full explanation. Yeah. Okay. Um, so, uh, uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna. So I was actually gonna program movement and stuff. So, oh yeah. One thing I just have to do is this blue color is the. Hey, we got a new follower. I3 Fable, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. Um, I squeaked, which is only severely embarrassing, but don't mind me. That blue color is like Bane, so I have to make it not that same blue color. It just really does not matter what color it is. It's supposed to be open world, so maybe it's grassy or something. Oh wait, the shirt is grassy, so it shouldn't be the same tone of grassy. Maybe it's, I don't know. Whatever. It's not that. Whatever. It's a weird open world. It's a mauve open world for whatever reason. And that's fine because it's not blue. So yeah, right. So now hypothetically, when we move the main character around, the main camera or the camera comes. When we move the character around, the camera moves with it, so it doesn't look like the character is actually moving, but it is actually moving in the world. And if we had other objects in the world, then they would also move. Oh, but then another thing is that we need the inventory and the pop-up relative to the camera. So when the main camera moves, we will want those to move around too. So I'm just going to hide those for now. Tile-based? That's a good question. My gut says it'd be easiest if it was tile-based. I've also done that before, though. So if you guys want to do... no, so if we do tile-based, that'll go quicker, and we'll have more time for other things. But if you guys want to do not tile-based, then we could also do not tile-based. I think it's... I mean, again, I can't speak for everyone, but I bet a wizard baby would be a popular option. I feel like that's got to be. Oh, sorry, I missed the question. Will items have values? That's a good question. I don't know if they'll will necessarily be a monetary value. That's possible that's one of like the parameters of these items. I can tell you for certain these items will have distinct meanings because there has to be like an element of like unsuspectedness to what you receive. And so in order for something to defy expectation, there has to be a potential quality about it because you can't defy expectation if there's no expectation, and you can't expect something if uh, you there has to be something to expect in order. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. It was a very clear concept in my mind, but it came out a little mushy. Sorry about that. Uh, so uh, if you frolic twice, it just confirms that you're frolicking. If you frolic and then you flower and then you frolic, then you'll have flowered, like you would have been in the flower state for a second, but if you frolic again, it'll put you back to frolic. Thank you, I think. In side quest, um, what matters at the end of the round is the last thing that you put in. There is one caveat there. If the event, instead of saying will you do this, this, or this, if it says you can do this, this, and this, and then at the end it says multi, that means you can choose as many of those as you want. And it works a little differently for multi. For multi, it works like toggles. So like if let's say you find yourself, for example, in the Hall of Dragons, and you have the option to train or fly or I think there's another one, but so if you say train fly in the Hall of Dragons, then you'll be taking both of those actions. If you say fly again, it'll like untoggle you from fly. So then at that point you'll only be training. So if you say train, then it'll untoggle you again, and you'll actually be doing nothing, which is a little weird. I was back and forth about how I wanted that system to work, but yeah. So with multi, you still have the same amount of flexibility, but it just works a little differently how you're affecting those actions. Stats show up automatically now, Lion. So when your character marches across the screen, it should, well, unless it's broken. Let me double check. Yeah, so like Lauren has 90 experience. N2Ater hasn't taken action, and so it's not showing his experience. Oh, Jonas, welcome, or congratulations, you leveled up. You got a walking stick. So if you've taken an action, then it'll assume you care about your experience, because until you've taken an action, you haven't shown any interest in your own experience points, and so it doesn't bother showing it. But once you take an action, then when you do your march across the screen, it'll not just tell you it'll not just show your name tag. It'll also tell you how much experience you have. Sorry about the +0 experience thing. I introduced a bug right at the end of the day on Thursday, the last day I worked on this, and it says 0 experience sometimes, but it's just a text bug. It's not actually a data bug. The data is still intact and working. So sorry about that. Excuse me. Sorry. So all right, I'll back to work. um, oh yeah, and so also the little guys that march across the screen, or the little characters that march across the screen, it's slightly random. But if you take action, you get jumped to the front of the queue. So if you're not taking action, like if you're not participating in the events, like you'll show up eventually, but not as frequently as if you're actually taking action. And that's just like a priority system, so that people who are really into it, like they can see, they don't have to wait as long to see their experience and stuff like that. Yeah. Carl. All right. Yeah. Sure. Um, did it show your experience? Someone said there you are, but I didn't click over to the game fast enough. All right, so projects, journey, evolved, players. Actually, I'm gonna delete that alpha badge script because I'm really scared that I might accidentally run it again, and that'd be bad. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna. Oh no, you know what I can do is edit it real quick. And just like make it inert, so it's not so it wouldn't actually ruin anything if I accidentally ran it. All right, cool. It just scares me. And I'll put it in backups because like I don't need it anymore, and I don't need the experience surplus or whatever. Oh, now the file paths are broken too, so they won't work from that location. All right, so what am I doing? I'm looking at Carl's data. Carl 3550. Experience. You have 22 experience, and you're level one. You have the walking stick. Yeah, the walking stick. The first two levels are the walking stick and the gloves, which are kind of subtle. Like once you hit level 3, you get the blue hat, which is a much more noticeable difference. Yeah, the first two levels are a little bit subtle. So you're right there because I think like level 2 is only 26 experience. So like next event you're probably going to be level 2. You could be. It might take, yeah, but uh yeah, right. So sorry, the game we're working on is the game you see on the over there, the purple one. But then there's also this mini game that's happening. I call it side quest. It's just it's what's happening on the bottom of the screen. It's that was the project that I've been working on. If you tuned into the stream before, that's the project that I've been working on for the past few months. And it's just like it's like a game that we play in the channel, just as like I don't know, just like a little fun extra something. Um, and so yeah, we were the game. So we're working on this game called Two Door, or like the the uh, the dev name for it is Two Door. I don't know what we'll call it eventually, but yeah, we were just taking a quick break to talk about the game on the bottom of the screen. Yeah. So what is 5? Yeah, 4 is backpack. 5, oh, boots. Did you just remember that, or did you actually get it? uh, all right. Yeah. Before I got distracted, I was going to actually make the movement script. So, I think me is going to be like the. I tend to. I don't know. People criticize me for it, but I tend to work with like a managerial script that kind of like executes the game logic, which I know like I could get smarter with like threading and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think I've just let like a lot of the other cores like work on stuff where like, hey, got a new follower. Pepperball. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. Um, oh yeah, I guess I might as well mention I take mispronunciation requests. So if anyone wants to hear me mispronounce something, feel free to ask in chat. I I mispronounce all your names plenty, so I figure it's the least I could do. Um, so I'm gonna add a new script to me, and this will be like play script new follower. Matt 5557. Welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. Um, wow, it's a busy day today. I guess I don't know. I was kind of hoping that this would be like a good time to stream because it's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of a time of year where like a lot of people are working today, but then like also a lot of people are on vacation too. So, uh, Unevris or Unevris. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. Um, so, omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. Oh, oops. I was supposed to be mispronouncing that, which I probably was, but I could do a better job of mispronouncing that. Um, Omelette au fromage, I think it is. Is that how you pronounce that? um, oh yeah. So yeah, the mini game. It's chill right now. So like the idea with side quests, the thing that's happening on the bottom of the screen is that we are a group of adventurers. As you can see, we are currently exploring a cave, and one of our characters that you'll see in our procession is the trusty bard. The trusty. Oh, we got a new follower. 8-Bit Wolf. Thank you. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. Uh, yeah, everyone here is a part of is a part of the adventure party, and so yeah, right now we're exploring through a cave. Trusty Bard, keep an ear out for Trusty Bard because when Trusty Bard he kind of like lets us know like what's going on. He'll talk in chat and he'll let us know when something happens and when something happens, you'll also see the action tags appear on screen. The action tags are your action, are what you can, are how you play the game essentially. So yeah, it should happen relatively soon. It varies. It's different in different contexts. So what will happen? Well, actually, you know what? So the other thing is like this is literally my first time playing side quest. Like this is the first day of having it up and running. The other aspect of it is that I have like this. Sorry, this is just a quick break or a quick aside from the jam game that we're working on. I'll get back to that in just a moment. But this is my secret control panel where I can actually like I'm supposed to be the game master of side quests. So I can actually like there's the automated event system which I've just been letting do its work. But I mean I hypothetically I should actually be like administering the game personally. So ooh, this one's gonna be easy. Mispronunciation requests. Yeah. Oh, so I can mispronounce things in any language. Trust me. Like, heck, it could be like Cyrillic. I don't even know what the Cyrillic characters. Or it could be like Japanese. I don't know what the Japanese characters mean. I'll mispronounce it. In fact, I'll mispronounce it even better because I don't know how. Because I don't even have phonetic cues. All right. So hold on. Wait. Hakasakachono, I think, is the one that Nullcore requested. Is that how you pronounce that one? This one here? I think that's how it goes. And then so this one, I think those little dots mean that you're supposed to. I think those are tonal indicators. So I think it means like ta se. Ooh, I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be wrong about those tonal indicators, but I'm gonna go with that. So this one, yeah, I haven't. Sorry, if someone, oh hey, Trusty Bard's doing it. Oh, I'll put the notification panel away. Yeah, because Trusty. So if anyone was interested in side quest, Trusty Bard has he's got something going on. Um, so for the tile-based thing, I haven't gotten to that part yet. So I guess I'll probably just default to tile-based because it's quicker, and then we'll have more time to work on other things. But let me know if I'm supposed to be not doing tile-based, then let me know because I can always change it up. Redonkulous. um, excuse me. Oh yeah, and so I'm mispronouncing. I'm pretty sure this is Cyrillic for Barbara Johnson. I think is how you pronounce that. I I haven't studied Russian ever, but I'm pretty sure this is Barbara Johnson. Uh, uh, all right, so uh, right, okay, so the script that I keep all right, oh yeah, so I want to open the project in Visual Studio because I used to work in Visual Studio a long time ago, but it wasn't until they came out with the community edition right when I was ready to switch to working in Python for a while. So uh, let's see, open. Oh yeah, so for everyone playing side quest, if you're like, all right, participated in the action, now what happens? The action window, I made it. It might be a little too long, but I made it. I made the action window like last for a little while, just because the stream delay, it might take some people a little longer to input their responses. So if it feels like it's a little too long, I can change the values, like because that game still needs a lot of help too. But yeah. It should still be running. If the game crashes, I'll have to at least restart the script. But so um, all right, yeah. So yeah, I haven't worked in Visual Studio in a very long time. So let's open our project solution thing. Tutor. Wait, what? I thought it was going to be right here. Project settings? No. Isn't this usually where it lives? Like, whoa, why don't we have those? Tudor? Tudor? Where is your project things? Did they... What? Is it because I made it 2D by default? Does 2D project default not make project stuff? All right, Deadline, I believe you. I'm gonna take your word for it. Wow, you guys did great that time. just looking at at trusty bar the outcomes. Nice subdue, perfect shout, and perfect cower. That's boom. I uh oh, Visual Studio tools for Unity? No, I haven't done that yet. Is that good? I've like installed nothing for Unity. I'm literally working with like basically the clean installation. Uh Wait, what's not working? Download license insufficient. Oh, wait, hold on. What did you say? Downloaded license insufficient? I hope you don't mean SideQuest, because SideQuest is supposed to be free to play. You shouldn't need a license for it. Um, oh, oh, that's that. I know this one. This is that one that was big on the internet, right? It's Grumpy Cat, I think is how you pronounce that, right? It was that internet trend. Yeah, I know that one. I'm pretty sure that one's pronounced Grumpy Cat. Um, uh, Well, so yeah, no, like so with my projects, like literally, like this project, I made this way before Community Edition came out, and all I had to do was make the project, and it automatically made these like projects, like solution files. But now for some reason, so that's why I didn't bother doing anything, because like look, for all the like literally all of these, like I haven't started a project since Community Edition came out. Like all of these projects that I made, like in the summer and like at other, well, that's not a Unity project, so that doesn't have it. Oh yeah, no, this one has subfolders. uh oh, oh right, then that's the hacks version. So of course it doesn't. All right, Lumpex 999, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. I bet you never guessed, but thank you. um so weird. So I guess I could just open the file. No, that's because that's not gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'll start the project over. I'm gonna try starting a new project in Unity. I'm not literally sorry. Those two sentences are probably gonna be confusing. I'm not literally gonna start the project over. I might, but first I'm gonna try making a new project to see. I'm gonna try defaults for 2D again, and then see if it does it again. Oh, generate project button. Where are those located? Key now? I don't know where. I don't know where I would find that. So test project, create. Yeah, save that. Boop doop, bleep bloop ding dong. Sorry. Sometimes that happens. I say dumb things when I'm not paying close attention to what I should be saying. All right, so let's see if the test project has a. So open project solution, projects, test. Yeah, no, this didn't have one either. So what if I make a 2D or a 3D project? Will the 3D project have it? Because that'd be weird. Because like, no, I think for at least one of my projects I started with the 2D prefab. So, like, what on earth? I guess is my first question. My biggest question here is what on earth? Uh, Unity VS. Oh yeah, I can see your link, Pepperball. It probably looks deleted to a lot of people, but I can see your link. I don't necessarily want to download things, so if I can avoid downloading things, that would be cool. Uh, Wait, try. Oh, because Unity's still open. Try again. There you go. Good job. Uh, Unity, why did you stop? Why did you stop with the project files? Sorry, I'm like, I know I'm probably not taking the most productive steps in order to solve this, but I'm just curious about what it's doing, so I'm just like trying stuff. So no, don't make it in Journey. So like, test, I guess, create. Yeah, right. That's what I was asking about. Manually, assets sync monodevelop. Wait. All right. I'll see how that goes. Uh, I'm reading chat. Ironically, the only time I stop reading chat is when I need to fix something real quick, which is, well, we all saw, most of us saw what happened with the poll question. Hold on, I just need to fix this real quick. I'll read chat in just a moment. Ugh. Ugh. Is all I have to say about that. All right. Right. Yeah. I don't know. It would amuse me to no end if 2D projects just don't get those. Maybe, I mean, I did install minor updates to Unity, so maybe one of the minor updates I installed was dumb. Yeah, look at that. It just does. All right, so I'll just do it manually or whatever. I'll do the thing. All right, that's enough. That's enough testing random things. I'll act like a real person now. All right, so delete test. I'm gonna accidentally delete tests one day because I'm gonna like try and click on the test folder. I probably should. Oh, Wizard Baby! Wizard Baby! Wizard Baby! Wizard Baby! Alright, hold on, wait. Let me pull it up on the main screen. Wizard Baby! Alright. That is glorious, Carl. um, um, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sorry. I deleted test files. Let's reopen two-door. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I should download Wizard Baby before I forget. Everyone, download the latest version of Wizard Baby before we forget. No, only I have to do that. Alright, save image as Wizard Baby. If you I know you didn't ask, but just as a reminder, some of the other popular things that never came to fruition were Pink Pony, Laser Turret. I'm not saying we need these things, but as I recall, they were quite popular in earlier rounds. Pink Pony, especially that one. That one people seemed quite to like. So, all right. What am I doing with my life? No, just sorry. Right. So I was doing the assets sync monodevelop. Wait, monodevelop project. Oh, maybe it never made those files because I still haven't opened a script yet. Maybe it doesn't make those files until I try to open a script. Oh, but it's gonna open monodevelop. Go away, monodevelop. No one likes you. Which is harsh, but it's actually kind of true. Like, I used to work in monodevelop, and no one likes monodevelop. Like, I would, like, people would, oh, there we go. All right, cool. Thank you, Kinao. That, I guess that also explains the difference. I guess if I'd opened a script which would have opened monodevelop, it would have generated these files. So, good to know. Wait, assembly? No, two-door C#. Yes. Yes. All right. So, yeah. So, yeah, if anyone ever needs to do that, I guess that's how. Cool. Thank you, Kinao. You saved the day. Oh, interesting. Alright, so play.cs. Input. So updates. The way oh my gosh, sorry. It was like years ago. Someone, who was it? Someone asked a question about how do I set it up so that if I right click I can get a third person camera to rotate. So I hadn't forgotten about that, but I just got a little distracted along the way. But yeah. Let's get to that now. So the way Unity handles input, or the way Unity processes input, is on update. So you want your update loop. This is what's called once per frame. And specifically, if you want to do stuff based on input, you might say, for example, if so right, actually, so we're gonna be doing mouse-based input. I'm gonna say input or capital I input, I think it is. Input dot get mouse button down. get mouse button down. Get mouse button down is the click event. Yeah. So get mouse button down index 0 is specifically the left mouse button down click event. So if input.get mouse button down will evaluate true only on the frame where you begin clicking. So a lot of control schemes will care about this. You might, for left